Who hasn't seen one of these little letter delivery vehicles on the roads? More to the point, if you know who made it. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and this is Toy Talk. I'm going to talk about one of the most prolific vehicles on the highways today. Also, I've still got a few of these vehicles for sale on my website, and there's a link to buy them in the description below while supplies last. For more great model reviews, go on and tap the subscribe button and join my YouTube family. Now, for the tiny vehicle that delivered America, Canada, Mexico, and several other countries' mail. The mighty Grumman LLV. In the early 1980s, the United States Postal Service determined they needed to replace the Jeep DJ Dispatcher with a vehicle that was purpose-built instead of combing the racks of fleet vehicles currently available. This new approach to buying vehicles allowed the Postal Service to get a vehicle that met all of their requirements instead of only a few. This new approach created a very specific set of criteria for a letter carrier vehicle. Then the postal officials challenged Grumman, Poveko, and American Motors to create vehicle to fit the order. The post office tested each prototype vehicle in Laredo, Texas in 1985 on a series of roads that would simulate the harsh conditions that a letter carrier vehicle would face on a daily basis. Each vehicle was required to, number 1, drive 5,760 miles at 50 to 55 miles per hour on a 5-mile long, closed-loop paved road. Number 2, drive 11,520 miles at 30 to 45 miles per hour on a gravel road. Number 3, drive 2,880 miles over a road with a shoulder with a stop every 250 feet, then accelerating to 15 miles per hour in between stops. Number 4, drive 960 miles on 3 to 4 inch cobblestones at 10 to 14 miles per hour. Number 5, drive 960 miles at 10 to 14 miles per hour over potholes. Number 6, haul a 1-ton payload during half of the road test. Number 7, haul a full-grown adult male and a 400-pound payload during one half of the road test. Number 8, drive over potholes, ensuring that each wheel on the vehicle hits a pothole 35,000 times. Number 9, make 100 consecutive stops from 15 miles per hour. And number 10, have a rated lifespan of 24 years. As you can imagine, this list of demands would be hard on any vehicle, so the designers had to build an extremely rugged and reliable platform. After the tests were completed in 1985, the Grumman LLV was declared the winner and moved on to the production phase. The post office began taking delivery of the LLV in 1986. By 1994, when the last LLV was made, the U.S. Postal Service had purchased over 140,000 LLVs, and most are still in operation today to show how rugged the platform turned out to be. Grumman partnered with General Motors to build the LLV. Grumman did final assembly at its Montgomery, Pennsylvania plant. General Motors supplied the chassis and power plant. The LLV is based on the 1982 Chevrolet S10 Blazer chassis, and the early models were powered by the GM 2.5-liter Iron Duke 4-cylinder, and later models got the 2.2-liter GM 4-cylinder engine. The transmission was a low-geared 3-speed automatic. This setup gave the LLV a pretty poor EPA fuel economy of 17 miles per gallon. But in actual practice, the LLV averaged 10 miles per gallon due to the constant stop-and-go nature of letter delivery. Like its Jeep predecessor, the LLV is a right-hand drive vehicle to allow the driver to put mail into the curbside mailbox without leaving the seat. In lieu of a passenger seat, Grumman installed a large metal tray which can hold 3 trays of letter mail for driver convenience. Another neat fact about the LLV is the lack of license plates. The arrangement with the federal government allows the Postal Service to use a 7-digit U.S. Postal Service serial number instead. This is similar only to United States military vehicles. If you're curious as to when a postal vehicle was built, the first digit of the serial number is the last digit of the year it was made. Entry to the vehicle was made easy by a large sliding door on the sides with large roll-up windows. This made delivery of mail a breeze. A roll-up door on the back made loading mail for the daily route simple and efficient. A major drawback to these vehicles is the lack of air conditioning and practically no heat. This made for an uncomfortable working environment for the letter carriers. Incidentally, the LLV stands for Long Life Vehicle, and these prove to be a very long life vehicle. Because of the age of even the newest LLV in the Postal Service fleet, it was time to go on the search for a replacement. In 2015, the United States Postal Service announced plans to replace the LLV with a more modern platform. They realized a few mistakes in the LLV design, such as the lack of AC and bad heaters, along with a suspension and wheels that are not suited for all-terrain and all-weather needs of a letter carrier. With the original design criteria and the list of flaws to be corrected in the new design, the USPS created a new set of criteria and began looking for commercial vehicle builders to submit prototypes of the new NGDV, the next generation delivery vehicle. Oh, and a major part of the bid included that the vehicle must be made in the United States. On February 23, 2021, the United States Postal Service announced the winning bid for design and manufacture of the NGDV was Oshkosh Defense, with a plan to deliver up to 165,000 American-built NGDVs over a 10-year period starting in 2023. Before we jump to the rock quarry and talk about a great little model of the mighty LLV, please smash the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a single product review and history. And here we go, guys. This is the Grumman LLV for the United States Postal Service. The Grumman LLV was their long life vehicle that the post office adopted back in 1986 and is still in use today. It's soon to be replaced, but it's going to take quite a while as this was such a rugged platform. Greenlight made this in 1/64 scale, and they gave it great United States Postal Service packaging. It's a die-cast model, and it has some plastic parts on it, and it comes in the plastic blister that is sealed together and a pain to open, but I'm going to go on and open it. And there it is out of the package. You can see it comes with a little mailbox. They've released this several different times, and each one's had a little different accessory, including one that didn't have any. And here's the mailbox up close. It is one of their little curbside mailboxes for mail drop-off. It says U.S. Mail and has the United States Postal Service logo there. They did a really nice rivet detail job, the 4 legs,
They get the rounded top. They got the letter dispenser there. They've got the warning right there. And even the little key lock so the postman can get the mail out is right there. Other side, mail logo and the nice rivet detail. And then on the back, it just looks like the back of these boxes. A really nice curbside mail drop-off box. Now, get to the real heart of this video and the model. Isn't that cool? It's a die-cast body with a die-cast chassis. It has plastic wheels with soft rubber tires on them that are free rolling. They don't steer, but that isn't going to bother me. You can see here it has the door handle, and window. Windows are hard plastic. It has mirrors on the side. It has the mirror back here so the driver can see immediately what's behind him, and then the mirrors up here so the driver can see what's beside him and in front of him. Really important since these guys do so much stop and go. Fuel filler door is there, and then you have your front and rear side marker lights. United States Postal Service logo, and then the red, white, and blue stripe that goes on the side. Really, really nice packaging. A clean white paint scheme on the back, and then there's a little vent for air to get into the back, especially since these guys didn't have air conditioning, and even their heaters didn't really work so well. On the front, unlike the normal American left-hand drive vehicles, this is a right-hand drive, and because of that, the windshield wipers flip up this way towards what would normally be the passenger side instead of the driver's side, because the driver's seat is over there on the right of this vehicle. It has two individual jewel-style headlights, one on each side, and they're the rectangle type. The marker lights, turn signals, are just painted in orange, and then it has a nice little grill. It has the classic plastic. It has the classic rubber-coated front bumper that is standard on all USPS vehicles. And up above the windshield, it has this truck's 7-digit serial number. So, based on the lettering, this would have been made in the year 1990. Of course, this model was not. This model was made very recently, but the real one would have been made in 1990. Over to the curb side, which is really the driver's side on these vehicles, very much the same detail that was on the other side. The big door, big window, mirror. Doesn't have the extra little mirrors because you can see better out of this side of it. The nice plastic rim, soft rubber tires, and all the fancy graphics. United States Postal Service. Really, really good. Round on the back, it has the multi-panel roll-up door, USPS graphics, USPS.com on it, the stripes, and then the marker lights, flashing lights, and brake lights. Also, you can see up here, it has its postal serial number, same one that's on the front. Now note, no license plate, not even a place for a license plate, because all they rely on is that serial number. There's a handle and a latch for the roll-up door. Now these guys were angled back so that if it was backed up to a dock, you'd get rain pouring down, but they actually loaded these mainly inside buildings, so that wasn't a problem. Up on top, you can see the way the mirrors are mounted, and you can see the cowl detail with a little grill right there, and then you can also see the lines that are molded in for the engine hood. Pretty cool. Underneath, another really neat feature of the LLV you can see here. The front wheel track is narrower than the rear wheel track. These were rear wheel drive. You can see the drive shaft and the rear differential. You can also see the catalytic converter, the muffler, and the rest of the tailpipe. Fuel tank and a few other minor details, a little bit of frame detail. Greenlight doesn't put a whole lot of detail into their chassis, just enough to give you the idea. But it is really cool how the real LLV and the model have such a different wheel tracks. It improved its turning radius, but it didn't improve its stability. Now, inside, there's no real detail beyond the operator's cabin, but you can see a headache rack with a door cut into it that goes into the cargo area, and then you can see there's that metal tray right there where the mail could be set up. Three trays of letter mail could be put right there for the driver's convenience. Also, you have your driver's seat and your dashboard in there with a little steering wheel on it. Now, your instrument cluster and dashboard actually came straight out of the Chevy S10 Blazer, because that was some of the parts that they got from GM, and that made making all of those instrument clusters really easy. Just use an off-the-shelf one that GM already had, so that was easy. And there we go, guys. That is the Grumman LLV, the Grumman Long Life Vehicle for the United States Postal Service, made by Greenlight Collectibles in 1/64 scale. And this one comes with a curbside mail drop-off box. It's in 1/64 scale and made of die-cast metal. It is perfect for any diorama or layout.
Let me know if you're a postal worker, postal collector, or just want an LLV for your diorama. If you want to buy one of these little gems, buy Greenlight. And heck, how can you have a complete collection or even a good diorama without one? There's a link in the description below to buy one on my website, farmtoysandmore.com. Also, there's a free report on Skeele that you can grab with another link down below. This is especially important since Greenlight has announced a larger 1/18 scale version of the mighty LLV to come out later this year. Hint, you can pre-order one now on my website so you can be the first to have one when they come out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and this is Toy Talk.